Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial, we will see pivot table operations. Agenda of the discussion would be how do we format pivot table, what is group and ungroup in pivot table, what is sort and filter functionality, slicer operation, working with the pivot table values, where we'll go through the summarize values by and show values as feature, what are calculated fields, and how do we copy pivot table. Here I have this pivot table created on the sample retail data. Now let's do some formatting on this table. We use formatting to make pivot table presentable ready. And how do we do it? Just click on any cell in the pivot table and go to this design menu. Here you have different sections which you can use to format pivot table as you want. There are inbuilt pivot table styles which you can use and apply to pivot table. Say this. You can also customize this style by using these pivot table style options. Like you want to show banded rows or not. You can show or hide banded columns. You can likewise show row header formatting, column header formatting. You can also add subtotals to the pivot table by going through this option, and you can add grand totals only for rows or only for columns or for both or not at all. With this, you can also rename the fields present in the pivot table. Click on the header and type the custom field name that you want to give. Say, I'll give total profit instead of sum of profit. Let's see the grouping operation in pivot table. Grouping in pivot table allows us to create subset of data which can be used for further analysis. How do we create groups? Now here, let's say I have this analysis present for different region like central, east, south and west. Now, if I want to create a subset of data which contain the central and east region combined together, we can do this by using the group feature. How do we do that? Just control click on central and east and right click, select group option. See, this group 1, it is created which combines the data for central and east region together. Now, if you want to ungroup this and achieve the initial state that we had, just click on the group name, right click and ungroup. Sorting allows us to arrange the data in smallest to highest order or vice versa. And this is helpful if you have large amount of data and you want to find specific items out of it. How do we do sorting in pivot table? Just click on any cell under the field that you want to sort, right click on it, go to sort option, and you see the options available based on the field type. So if the field is string type, you will see options like sort A to Z or Z to A, basically alphabetical sorting. If the field is numeric field, then you see options like smallest to largest and vice versa. Likewise, the date field, if it is there, it sorts it based on the most updated date value to the old value or vice versa. One another thing which you can do is manual sort. So to do that, right click on the field, go to more sort options and click on manual. So once you do manual and OK, you can manually drag the value above or below based on how you want to sort. Let's say I'll bring furniture down. Filtering in pivot table, it can be done in multiple ways. One of the way is to use the auto filter feature, which is manually filtering the pivot table. How do we do that? Here if you see this drop down, this can be applied for row or columns. And if you click on this drop down, here you can select the field to which you want to filter, like region or category in this particular example. Say I select region. We have these three ways: label filters, value filters, and these manual filter. So let's go one by one. Here you can select the values which you want to keep in the pivot table by checking them and click OK. So this will filter the data to the selected values. The other way is label filter. What label filter does is, if you want to filter by giving some condition, conditional filtering can be done with the label filter. Say this region, if it contains CEN in the value, so we can apply that contains filter. Such kind of conditions can be written with the label filter. Value filter, as the name indicate, this filters the pivot table based on the numeric fields values. You can give condition to it, like the numeric field greater than some value or less than some value, between some value and all. You can remove the auto filters by clicking on this drop down and clear filter from field. Another way to filter is the report filter. You can add any field under this filters area to add a report filter on the pivot table. Let's say I'm adding category to this filter area. Now this category appears on the top of the sheet, and I can click and select single value to filter the data for single value. Or if I want to select multiple values, keep this checkbox on and click OK. You can remove this report filter by dragging this field out of the filters area. Another way to filter pivot table is by using slicers. Slicer allow you to quickly and effectively filter the pivot table. How do we add it? Just click on any cell, go to pivot table analyze menu and click on insert slicer. Once you do that, you get this pop-up which asks you to select the field which you want to use as a filter. Let's say I'm using region. Once you click OK, you see this structure. So this is a button-like structure which shows all the values present for that field and the selected values which you are using to keep as a filter value. So basically it allows you to easily understand the hidden and the shown data on the pivot table. You can also do multi value filter by clicking on this option and select multiple. If you want to clear this slicer filter, you can click on this clear filter icon. If you want to remove this slicer filter, just right click and click on remove option. Now, here if you see this field which is present in the values area, these are by default aggregated as sum. In case if the pivot table interpret a field as a string field, it will by default aggregate it to count. Now, if you want to change the aggregation or the summary of data and show it by some other aggregated function, you can utilize summarize values by feature available in pivot table. How to do that? Just click on this drop down, go to value field settings, and here you can summarize the values by. You see this option? You can change the type of aggregation that you want your values to be aggregated by. You can do count, average, mean, max. You can show standard deviation, variance, and all. While doing that, here, if you see this custom name, this gets changed to the aggregation function we are using. Let's say I select average. This is updated to average of revenue. So once you apply this summarize value filled by, at last make sure to rename the header as a best practice to give it meaningful name. With this, now instead of using a calculation to aggregate the data, we can also display the data as a percentage of a field. This can be done by using show values as. How to do that? Let's just take another revenue field under the value shelf. So I get this sum of revenue. Now go to that field, click on the drop down and click on value field settings. Under this, you see this show values as. This allows you to show the value of this field in the form of percentage of total, percentage of grand total, running total, etc. Let's just take percent of grand total and okay. So this gives me the percentage of revenue which has been generated from the central region out of total revenue. As we saw, we can use the aggregated functions or custom functions like percent of total to display the data in pivot table in different forms. In case if these functions do not provide you the required data, you can use your own functions in pivot table by using calculated fields option. Let's understand it better. To insert a calculated field, just click on any cell in the pivot table, go to pivot table analyze menu. Under this, fields, items and sets option, and I get this calculated field option. If you click on this, you can insert the calculated field. Just give a name to it. In my case, I'll create a cost field, and here you can give your own formula. So in my case, maybe I'll put revenue, click on insert field, minus profit. Once you click on this add button, this field will be added under this pivot table fields list. And if you click OK, this will be appended to the pivot table. So you can see this value of this new field added in the pivot table list. In case if you want to delete this calculated field, you can do it again by going to field items and sets option, calculated fields. Under this name, you see this drop down which show all the calculated field. Click on this calculated field. You can modify it from here, or if you want to delete, click on delete button and click OK. You see this field is deleted from pivot table as well as from the pivot table field list. This pivot table can also be copied if you want to keep a backup of it or if you want to conduct some other analysis on the pivot table. How to do that? Just select the pivot table, do copy, maybe I'll use Ctrl C shortcut and paste it in the area where it is required. I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe my channel if you like my videos and let me know your comments in the comments area. Thank you.